Hello. Alright, here we go. Hello, and welcome to the Gothic Bohemian Salon. And my friend,
Welcome.
Max. Max and I are going to review some movies for you tonight. We have 3 for your viewing enjoyment.
Where are they?
They are right here, Max, in my hot little hand.
Can I have Vanna White?
Certainly. The first movie we're gonna
on the menu today.
the first movie we're talking about is, let me get that in the frame. Yay! Not in your face. Actually, I believe it is just simply called Dorian Gray, not the picture.
Portrait. No picture.
It's the picture of Dorian Gray.
No picture, no portrait, no canvas.
Dorian Gray with Ben Barnes and Colin Firth.
Not Colin Firth, Ben Barnes.
Well, we like Colin Firth
Yeah,
too.
but for different reasons.
Right.
Ben Barnes
Well, he was in The Queen. Remember, that was supposed to be really good. I haven't seen it, but it's supposed to be really good. The Queen.
No, he was in
Yeah, he was in The Queen. Trust me.
The Queen.
Yes. Anyway, Colin Firth, who of course we remember from Pride and Prejudice. If you haven't seen the Pride and Prejudice that Colin Firth is in, you really need to, because he's really hot in it, and he actually has this scene where he dives into a lake and he comes out with his shirt's all wet and kind of clinging to him and everything, and apparently women all over England were replaying their videotapes at that one spot over and over and over so much that they had to have their videos re-spliced because they killed them. Anyway, so Ben Barnes, you may remember, is from Prince Caspian, or he was Prince Caspian in the Chronicles of Narnia series. And oh yes, he was also, he played the young version of the father in Stardust, I think. Stardust, right? Stardust. So anyway, Dorian Gray.
Second on the menu today, Queen of the Damned.
And this is not a new film for those of you who've watched my videos for me to talk about, so Max is going to actually talk about his impressions of the film. Right, Max?
Right.
Okay.
The leading man in that film...
But not yet.
Not yet.
But
I'm just going to say the leading man in that film tops
is
the other film. What was that?
Ben
Gray?
Barnes, yeah.
This one is...
Stuart Townsend.
He is a bad one.
Who actually, interestingly enough, plays Dorian Gray in The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Really?
And yes, he does. And if you have not seen The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, you really should, because it's a lot of fun. I mean, you can't take it seriously at all, but it's really nifty and gadgety and steampunky, and...
How can you get better than that?
How can you get better than that? Oh, and who's the Scottish guy that played James Bond a lot?
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery is in it, and that's pretty cool.
Wait,
so,
old Sean Connery?
Well, old, yeah.
You know, he still gets all of the women.
He does. Okay, so what's the third film, Max?
We have Oscar Wilde's Salome.
Oh, okay, so we are running kind of a theme here in a way. It looks like it's Oscar Wilde night or something here. So this is the silent version of Salome, though they actually haven't made, as far as I know, they have not made a talking version of Salome.
Was this 1923 or something?
It was in 1923, exactly.
Hey.
And directed by, oh boy. Oh, sorry, this was directed by, I really should know this.
It says it.
I know.
On the front.
Charles Bryant. But interesting thing about this movie is that the woman who did the sets and the costumes was Natasha Rambova, and she was Rudolph Valentino's wife. Very interesting. Anyway.
Wait, they actually did get married before he died?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were married. Okay, so those are our 3 films for the day, and we're going to start with Dorian Gray. So, thoughts?
Me? Okay, I love the costumes, the set was great.
Costumes were made by Ruth Myers, who also did
Myers.
costumes for The Golden Compass.
Yeah. So I mean, you can't go wrong there.
Not really.
It kind of loosely stuck to the story, but overall,
they took some liberties.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they took some. You know, it's Hollywood, so they took some artistic. They definitely had their artistic freedom. What would you give it, 1 to 10?
1 to 10?
1 being the worst, 10 being like,
right.
Holy shit,
amazing.
amazing.
Well, that's Moulin Rouge, right? So.
Yeah.
Okay, or Titanic. I give it like a 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So
like
worth
6.5.
Worth watching,
Yeah.
absolutely, and even worth owning if you sew and you need stuff to be playing in the background while you're doing your 1890s costume.
Sure.
I always like to watch movies in the period that I'm sewing because I find it it inspires me more. So
Gotta get into the mix.
right. Colin Firth is really great. He plays the sort of older
He's a bad influence.
gentleman who's a bad influence on Dorian, kind of sets him on this path to ruin and debauchery and all of
Yeah.
that. Oh, and I must say that the scenes of the so-called debauchery
They're really hot.
are really hot. They're really debauched.
They are debauched.
Definitely.
They do live up to their
They
nature.
absolutely do. And actually, that part of the film I would give like a 9.
Yeah.
Those parts are
Yeah.
definite 9s.
It was like some kind of soft porn kind of.
Yeah, there's
It was good. It was
pretty
good stuff.
good. They could have put a bit more in there.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I think.
a
But
little
I mean,
wimpy on it, but
was
they
pretty
did
good.
some. They got everything in. They got the opium smoking and the sex with both men and
But,
women,
yeah,
and
both
they
men
got
and
the
women.
murder in, and
And with all the guts. And
with all the
glory.
guts and glory, and the
It's awesome.
decapitation head
Yeah, no,
thing.
they got
and-
like when he dumps this trunk
Well,
of like limbs and stuff.
yeah,
it
that's
was, it was
pretty-
great. They got it in full detail.
Yeah, that was kind of nasty. Oh, and another person who's in the film is Ben Chaplin, who is a very frequently seen actor in a lot of BBC dramas, so he's really great. In fact, it's kind of a star-studded cast
It really
of
is.
BBC people. So, it's great. It has Fiona Shaw, who played Harry Potter's mother in the Harry Potter series. And who else is in it that's really brilliant? Well, lots of people. Yeah, it's pretty damn
And
cool.
speaking of guts and glory, why don't we move on to the next film,
Absolutely.
Queen of the Damned?
Queen of the Damned. Okay.
A little self-explanatory. I mean, it's about vampires, for God's sake.
Well,
so
yes, it
guts
is
and
about
glory.
vampire.
There's a lot of beautiful people in this movie, I think.
Right, and you know that it's based on the Anne Rice novels, The Vampire Lestat and Queen of the Damned, which you haven't read.
I have not read.
But as somebody who hasn't read them, what did you think of the film besides just the, aesthetically?
I thought for what it was really good. I mean, it wasn't like a film to really take seriously, but they had some very intense scenes, and and the cast. I mean, leading man is fucking hot.
Really hot.
Okay.
And no, he wasn't blonde,
No,
and
he wasn't
Lestat was supposed to
blonde,
be
but
blonde,
he
but
was
I
just like a
gotta tell
hot
you,
vampire.
I could never understand why she made Lestat blonde. That didn't make any sense to me until I heard about an interview that was done with her. Now, I didn't hear the actual interview, so
Just the content.
so this may be wrong, but I heard that she kind of based Lestat on David Bowie, and that was who her ideal person to play him would have been if he'd been the right age to play Lestat when Interview with the Vampire came out. And as you know, Tom Cruise played Lestat in Interview with the Vampire, and
Really?
yes,
I haven't seen that.
yeah, can you imagine Tom Cruise in that role?
I just like to imagine this guy because he's really pretty.
He's very pretty. Well, and somehow they make his skin look so preternatural. It's just glowing. It's
Yeah.
really beautiful. And the costume designer for this film was Angus Strathey, who did costumes with Catherine Martin for Moulin Rouge. So
So
they're
how can you go wrong?
really fantastic, yeah. So, and I know I've talked about this movie before. Hope you don't mind me just saying that I really do feel that it's one of the best depictions of the goth subculture in popular culture that's ever been done. And
what was that one music video that you were dancing in? It really reminded me of some of the pseudo music videos that they did in this.
That I was dancing. Oh,
yes.
The Mephisto Waltz video.
Yeah, it really kind of, there was a lot of parallels there.
Okay, I can see that, I suppose. Yeah, they did the great takeoff on German expressionist film for the music videos that they did for the film.
They did it really well.
And they did a really good job with that, and I really admired that, actually. And I think the girl that they picked to play Jessie was actually really perfect, you know. I didn't like some of the clothes that she was in, didn't flatter her as much as I would have liked, so that was a little bit annoying. But Angus Strachey's really good with men's clothes, and he did a fabo job on those. Definitely. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give Queen of the Damned?
For what it was, I think I'd give it about a 6.5.
6.5, really?
You know, maybe 7.
Well, I actually would give it a 9, but I really, really love the movie, so that's kind of me. Okay.
Cool.
Now, the last
Salome.
film is Salome, and I think you only really got to see...
I haven't seen the whole thing.
Yeah, you saw bits of it at my birthday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had this playing in the background at my birthday party, and so Max got to see it sort of that way. It's worth sitting down and actually paying attention to. All the sets and costumes were based on the Aubrey Beardsley drawings that were done for the edition of Salome that came out in the teens, I believe. And you can still actually find copies of the facsimile edition of that, which came out in the teens. It has a red cover with gold peacock feathers on it or something like that.
I think they have that online.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, the film itself is really beautiful and very unusual.
You show the back, they have like a little...
Oh yeah, there's a little picture of... That's Alla Nazimova, and she was a purported lesbian, and in fact, it's also been said that every person involved in the film was gay.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true at all or
Maybe
not.
That's why it's so good.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, you know, you never know. But it's really, really beautiful, and actually, the play itself, Salome, is well worth reading. It's very poetic. It has just some beautiful lyrical poetry in it, and
You gave me my first copy of that.
yes, I did.
The little leather library was like this.
Oh, okay. Have you read it?
Not in its
Not in its
entirety.
entirety.
No.
Yeah, but it is really worth reading. But the film is worth getting, and you can actually get it pretty easily now because it was released by Black Hawk Film, and I think you can get it for like $10 at Fry's, which is a thing that we have in America. It's like a electronics shop,
Like discount.
like a discount electronics shop, or probably pretty easily online. So all of these films are available, as far as I know, pretty cheaply. You can check
Near
on
you.
Near you. You can check on Amazon. I'm sure that you can find secondhand copies if you're, hard up for money or whatever. I think they're worth owning if you like to watch films more than once, like I do. They're worth adding to your collection.
You always know if you see a good film that every time you watch it, you see something different.
Yeah, true.
That's always like kind of like my test.
Yeah, and I think all of these pretty much have something like that in them.
Yeah.
I would say. I mean, I've watched Queen of the Damned, I mean, not as many times as some films, but, a good number of times, maybe 10.
And you see new things.
Mm-hmm. And I've already recommended the soundtrack before, so I won't get into that.
Oh, and Dorian Gray had a really good soundtrack as well.
Yeah, we were talking about the music in Dorian Gray. It was done by, let's see here. Charlie Mole, and I have no idea who that is. So.
But it was really good. It was modern music, but it really worked with the 1890s.
It had a classical flair to it, definitely. So those are our movie picks for tonight.
Or this morning, since it's almost 4 in the morning. morning.
Well, the Gothic Bohemian Salon always takes place at night, Max, though I'm sorry I didn't tell you that, but...
Well, thank you for informing me.
So anyway, thank you for joining us tonight, and we hope that you enjoyed joining us for the Gothic Bohemian Salon.
All right.
Good night.
C'est la vie.